The Rugby Championship slips into its third and final round today as the Wallabies host the All Blacks in the rugby-starved Western Australian region. Although it's the final round, don't let that make you think that things are going to be slowing down at all, with this also commencing the Bledisloe Cup series, a trophy the Wallabies haven't seen since 2002. Hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby as we follow along the Bledisloe Cup and Rugby Championship series. The championship ends today for these two sides, but the Bledisloe will only be halfway done, and potentially we could go into a decider in next weekend's fixture between these two sides. The Wallabies have it all to do, however. They have to win both of these fixtures to have any chance of coming away with that title back on their side. It's been a long time between drinks on the side, but they are looking to make 2019 a big year for Australian rugby. They've named a very good side today, consistent from what they've been doing in the last few weeks as they build towards, of course, the Rugby World Cup. In the front row, there's been little change. Seo will start on the loose head side, but in comes Tolu Latu and Alan Alatoa will start on the tight head side next to those two. The second row, however, hasn't changed for the whole international window, with Isaac Rodder alongside Rory Arnold. Into the back row, much of the same story, with Salakai Loto really making that number 6 jersey his own. Michael Hooper captaining from the open side, and Nasarani has been dominating the game from number 8. Into the back line, Nick White gets the nod this week and he'll be starting alongside Christian Lealiifano. But the interesting call is the midfield with no Kurandrani to speak of this week. It is James O'Connor that takes that number 13 jumper. Inside him is Samu Korevi with Marika Korobini on the left wing, Reece Hodge staying on the right, and Curtly Beale at 15 for the Wallabies. All to do, they are at home however, and they've got a roaring crowd, packed house as well, on their side. Can they start it off as they mean to go on and really make this season one to remember? Now there's a good reason why the Wallabies haven't seen the Bledisloe Cup in a number of years, and that is because they've got to beat the All Blacks twice to get it back on their side. And of course the 3-time World Cup winners and back-to-back champions have plenty to say that they don't want to lose this trophy. They've named a very good side as they too continue what has been patchy build-up to the Rugby World Cup throughout the competition this season, and the team has undergone many injury concerns and many teething problems as they are seeming to struggle to get this unit to function as a prolific team. The team, however, on paper is a very good one. In the front row with Joe Moody, Dane Coles and old Franks at the front is always going to be one to look out for. Scott Barrett will be alongside Sam Wylock in the second row, with a contentious issue of the back row having Artie Salvia lining up with the number 6 on his back, Sam Kane at 7, and Captain Kieran Reid will be at the back at number 8. Again, this new partnership between the 10 and 15 of Richie Mo'unga and Bodie Barrett continues on. Aaron Smith will be inside those at scrum half, and the midfield will be Anton Leonard-Brown and Jack Goodhue. The back three looks dangerous, but is really struggling for form, especially guys like Rico Ioane, who has been a passenger in the side for a number of weeks now. Ben Smith on the right wing has been struggling to get any real attacking intent in his game, and Bona Barrett has had to carry a lot of that on his two shoulders. It's a side that can be destructive on its day, but so far in 2019, we are yet to see the best. Is this the time the Wallabies could strike, or will the All Blacks finally hit their mark and get on with their season? We find out tonight as the first test of the Bledisloe series gets underway. So it'll be the Wallabies to kick off, of course, here in the green and gold, and the All Blacks, well, they'll be in all black. It is Christian Lealiifano with ball on the halfway line as the crowd get ready for action, and we are underway. Referee blows, and we are down and into it as the deep kick finds Franks, and Reid fires a Quilly White to Coles, and the All Blacks looking to attack from the off as Richie Mo'unga takes down the first tackle of the day as Coles is first receiver again with Franks on toe. And the All Blacks trundle their way outside the 22. Waiting for Ioane, and he passes it back to his captain, and Reid goes straight into contact and finds no way through there. Whitelock, a bit of a kick going, he finds Ioane, who still isn't on his wing, and Seo turns it over in a big high tackle, put down very swiftly from Joe Moody. There was complete lack of interest in making a decent tackle there from the loose head prop. Swung out the arm, and took him down in a hefty foul swoop. Big boys against each other, 1-on-1. And that's the matchup that any referee will not want to see again. Only the penalty given against Moody. It was a vicious tackle early on in the match, just 6 minutes in. Early chance for the Wallabies, who have given the ball to Lealiafano to have a shot at goal, and from right in front, 25 out. He makes no mistake, does the number 10 for the Wallabies. It's 3-0. Australia lead New Zealand early, very early in this match. Richie Mo'unga had the ball in his hands a couple of times. That little build-up play, the more he does, the better. As he gets us underway yet again, and the Wallabies trying to seal this one in. And Scott Seo, who just got decked by Moody seconds ago, is quickly back on the ball. Wide finds Lealiafano, who big quickly out wide is O'Connor. O'Connor finds Reece Hodge in space. Here comes Beauden Barrett, chip over the top of him, but Mo'unga is coming back there. They both miss it. Got the speed, that is terrible at the back. But luckily Anton Lienert-Brown is there covering. Reece Hodge turns over, and it is the All Blacks get it straight back with Moody. Here's a run. Oh, big run too from Marty Savia. Dane Cole's in space. Cole's up towards halfway. Tackle coming in from Tolu Latu. The two hookers now having a real battle in open play. Wylock offloads to Kane.
Release.
And on the 10-metre line, the All Blacks really do reel off the metres with ease. Moody wide to Mo'unga, and he passes over the head of Hodge, and it's there for Rieko Ioane. Dummies past Bell, and Rieko Ioane will open the scorers for the All Blacks. What a start. Little ball to play with, but they break from their own end line. They break from their own half, and they go all the way. First try of the match. And it is Rieko Ioane, no form into this, but he's put a dummy that has sold Curly Beale into the stands with a front row ticket. Just what the Wallabies didn't want. They didn't want to chase this game. They didn't want to be behind the A-ball, and it seems that is exactly where they've gone early on. Great break from Ioane. And he's a dangerous customer in open space. He's got wheels. And of course he's got some fancy footwork, and the All Black support was too hot to handle, even though it wasn't even used. Left-hand side for Richie Mo'unga, who is taking the kicking duties without any debate this week. After he shared it with Beauden Barrett against the Springboks a couple of weeks ago, it's back to the number 10 doing the kicking duties. And he nails it quite convincingly as well. 7 points to 3. First try to Rieko Ioane, converted by Mo'unga. Plays up against the Christian Lealiafano penalty goal. And after 18 minutes, we have a 7-3 scoreline, the two sides having chances early on, but neither have put in a commanding display just yet. It's long range to the All Blacks. And Tolu Latu once more. Oh no! Richie Mo'unga! That is brutal from the number 10, and he has absolutely flattened the Wallabies hooker. Well, this is a gimme again, isn't it, for the Wallabies if they want it, and they do. Michael Hooper, he is happy to just tick the points over as they come. The All Blacks gifting it to the Wallabies at the moment. And just 2 minutes after they scored their try, Lealiafano is back down the other end, and he's put another 3 points straight over. It is 7 points to 6. Australia fight their way back to being a fit a point to the All Blacks. Richie Mo'unga, well, he was the culprit, wasn't he? He was the one to put in that shoulder charge to Tolu Latu, who again, it is the one that drew the penalty that has taken the kick-off, and that is great commitment from the Wallabies front rowers as O'Connor wide for Hodge, who tries to step on the inside, but he's well looked after there by Rieko Ioane. Pick and go from Nick Weiss. Found a bit of space too, but turned over from Reid, and the All Blacks again attack on the counter, and so goes Moody, heading in through there. Great support, Lienert-Brown, Anton Lienert-Brown, the foot race, he goes wide, and it is Richie Mo'unga, fill-in to hero for Mo'unga. Anton Lienert-Brown unselfishly going wide, and that's where he finds the support as well. Brilliant play, but how, tell me how did Joe Moody go through that hole? 5 Wallabies jumpers, none of them put a hand on him. Bill racing back to try and save that. But it was a great finish from Richie Mo'unga, but all the hard work here was from Anton Leonard-Brown. Look at that, in between Kurabeti and Curly Beale. They sandwich him in together, but he throws a great pass to find this man, Richie Mo'unga, who scoots over for his first try and the second for the All Blacks. 12-6, and Mo'unga steps up and he slices the uprights in two, puts over his second successful kick, and 14 points to 6. The lead is reinstated back to 8, as the Wallabies now must go back to the drawing board. Lealiafano has got to cook up some more chances here for the Wallabies as he goes to the left-hand side, and Goodhue, who we've hardly talked about today, is up for it and up and over. Oh, what a penalty! That is exceptional work from the Wallabies. Now, who was that? I'm not quite sure. O'Connor possibly in there, taking Goodhue down and up and over the ball before any All Blacks could get near the breakdown. Lealiafano quickly with a tee, and again the All Blacks score, but they're gifted another 3 points straight back to the Wallabies. Lealiafano obliges, and 14 points to 9. The leaders cut back to 5. You can score all the tries you like, but if you keep gifting 3 points back the other way, it doesn't do much favour for you at all. Reid takes down Hooper and turnover. Oh, Artie Savia once again, a menace in the breakdown. No, Sorani gets one back. The protection in the breakdown here is just atrocious. Solokai Loto finds Reece Hodge, who can't catch a cold on the right-hand wing. And another chance is spilt. Promising opportunity. Just getting away from Sam Whitelock. Of course, he would have had to somehow get past Beauden Barrett.
Set.
The All Blacks with another chance now. It is to and fro. It's have a couple and I'll take a couple. That's the way this game's going. 14-9 is the score. And the All Blacks with a chance to put some more points on the board just before half-time, like they do so well. Goodhue, how wide for Ben Smith? He's one-on-one. Curly Bill comes in, shunts him away. But a great try save there. Marika Korobeti takes some credit there. Coles, Zamudi, great tackle there. And that was, once again, James O'Connor. Short side, and Kieran Reid is bundled into touch. Superb last-ditch defence from the Wallabies, and they saved their line from being intruded on once again. Twice is enough, they say, and they take the two teams to the half-time break. Well, 9-14 is the half-time score. A 5-point lead for the All Blacks, but it certainly wasn't a convincing display by either side. If someone can turn up in the second half, this game is certainly for the taking. The All Blacks are in the better possession, 64 to 36%, but territory, on the other hand, has been pretty close. The All Blacks' tries have been mostly long range as open play and breaking that line. Support runners on the in and outside, that has been the key to the All Blacks' tries. The Wallabies, however, quickly down to the right end of the field, and then they milk themselves a good penalty through some poor, ill-disciplined play from the All Blacks, and that is what has consumed their points nicely so far. New Zealand, though, 5 line breaks, they'll be happy with that. Just 2 for the Wallabies. Much work to be done on that occasion, but still, only 5 behind. 1 try can make all the difference in this matchup. It is the All Blacks leading, however, 14 points to 9 as they get ready for the second half. Much to do for the Wallabies, but the crowd is certainly in full belief. So back out they come, and it is Richie Mo'unga. He scored a try for himself already, and he's looking like he is getting more and more used to this situation, this kind of test match atmosphere as he gets us underway. A little short kick-off, and Tolulatu it is who drags it in. The hooker has been impressive for the Wallabies so far. Waiting for it is Rodder, and he goes to the right to Hooper. Solokai Loto, creating room out here for Reece Hodge. Hodge has got spotted to try and side of it. He gets it to O'Connor. O'Connor races to the sideline. Big chaser for Barrett. Just Barrett has the wheels. He does. Oh, pull pass. Karuvi picks it up. Samu Karuvi. Try. Wallabies. Instant. Right off the kickoff. What a start. They couldn't have dreamed of a better start. They couldn't have planned a better start. Amazing play the second 40. Great work from O'Connor. He put the foot down, but no one in World Rugby can really boost away from Beauden Barrett. He's got everyone's number almost, and that was the case. But it was the awareness from James O'Connor to look inside and look for Reece Hodge. He didn't hit his man, but it bounced fortuitously for Samu Karevi, who was hard to stop at the best of times. That occasion again, unrequired to put the shoulder in action, and he just trots over, unopposed, from All Blacks defence. Wow, what a start. And we are all tied up 14 apiece. Kick to come though for Lealiifano, and it's an easy one as well. He doesn't miss them from there. Another successful Christian Lealiifano kick, and it is the Wallabies who lead 16-14 over the All Blacks. Certainly not the start they had in mind, as we are used to and accustomed to the All Blacks really dominating either side of half-time. Not today, however. As the Wallabies strike first in the second half. Here is Karevi again. He's got the overlap outright, and it's the right-hand edge once more. Hodge, behind O'Connor. Can he do it this time? He will! Beauden Barrett shakes him down, but O'Connor will go alone. 2 tries down the right-hand edge. The All Blacks are suffering down their left side. They need to tighten that up. Rieko Ioane is being left completely exposed. Good Hugh miles away from defence, and Beauden Barrett can only take one man. They are creating massive overlaps, and the All Blacks cannot handle that right-hand edge of the Wallabies at the moment. Reece Hodge doing a fantastic job holding the ball up and then creating that space for O'Connor to scoot down, and that is almost a replica try of the last, but this time even better execution from the Wallabies. Well, the All Blacks really need to work out what's going on down that left-hand defensive edge, because they are getting pasted by a resurgent and explosive Australian team. Lealiifano, the last one was practice. This one is even better. Right on the sideline almost, and he converts to extend the lead now out to 9 points for the Wallabies. And work is to be done now. Another short one from Richie Mo'unga. Stalakai Loto drags it in. Here's Rodder, and look where they go. It's O'Connor. They're going to do it again, the Wallabies. Here's Hooper. He's got support. Reece Hodge down the touchline. Oh my goodness me. 3 tries. Carbon, Copies, and the All Blacks are in disarray. They're really rattled. They can't work it out. The Wallabies have got the ultimate game plan. Right-hand edge, destruction from Australia. How do you defend this? Oh, that was a dreadfully forward pass. Hooper to Hodge. Pull it back, ref. That was so forward, it just about came out next week. That was okay. Have a look at this one. Oh my word, that is so forward. It's almost a disgrace. Replays going around. The Wallabies fans, they are screaming their lungs out. They are pleased with this performance. But there is no way that they will ooh and ah something like that. Not here, not in Perth, not in Western Australia. Lealiifano is quickly onto the tee. Forward pass or not, on we go. Australia add another 2. 13 points to 14. The second half, demolition job of the All Blacks has been a sight to behold. And there's still 23 and a half minutes to go. How bad does this get? Well, thank goodness for the All Blacks that Mo'unga has mixed it up. However, it's gone close to the sidelines. Arnold has taken that right on the touchline, and the assistant referee has said out by Arnold, but no, the referee has said we will go back to halfway for an option to the Wallabies, and they are going for the scrum right on the halfway line. Nick White feeds. It's a steady one. The All Blacks holding it up, and a great shove there. The Wallabies get it back with a big statement as well. Karevi, oh, that's a bad pass, but Lealiafano drags it in, throws it out desperately to Hodge. Tolulatu having to mix it up now, the Wallabies. That right hand edge is a little bit too shallow for them. Sio, back to Karevi. Oh, good ball to Naisarani. He tries to force his way up to the halfway line. White to Rodder. Oh, that's a good ball to the second row partner, Rory Arnold. The pass is a bit average. Oh, what a ball! Corabini to James O'Connor. Down the right hand edge, O'Connor. Oh, this time the little grubber kick is just in touch. Well, James O'Connor, Mr. Versatile. He was explosive down the right. This time he's down the left. And he makes things happen to the front, and the All Blacks have a rare piece of ball. Mooney back to Barrett, who goes this side, and Sam Cane, great little half break there, and Dane Cole's in now. They're in the backfield. Out of the 22 they go. Curly Beale shuts it down. But how easily did they just make that 20 metres up? Cane, wide floater to Antonina Brown. Here is Xavier, back inside it goes to Whitelock. Good who it was on the touchline. Didn't want to go that close to the white line. Coles to Barrett. Oh, great pass to the tackle to Mooney. They get it back to Coles, who's knocked it on. And Nick White picks it up. Hello, Toa. Great little offload from him. Nice running to Samu Karevi. And it all comes unstuck with the second knock on in the space of about 5 seconds. Dane Coles with the first. There it was. There's Samu Karevi. Put one straight back up after that. 8 minutes to go. This has been a real action-packed half. 30 points to 14. Is it time for a late All Blacks comeback? Or maybe the final nail for the Wallabies to put in the All Blacks coffin. White at the back of the scrum, cut out pass, finding Samu Karevi, who runs hard, takes out Goodhue, gets it away to O'Connor. Where does he go? Lealiafano, away to Corabini, down the sideline. Corabini can't quite twinkle toes. And some good defence, takes them over the sideline. Delicate areas, delicate place. 3 minutes on the clock. Dane Coles, time is running out. The Wallabies surely have got this in the bag. Barrett at the front, and Aaron Smith goes away to Moanga. Out into Kieran Reid in midfield, and Reid tries to force his way through, but it's his opposite number, Naisarani, who drags him down. Frags to Savia. Oh, great tackle on Savia there. Now that was Isaac Rodder. Superb tackle there. Ben Smith kicks, and he's gone out. Oh, it's full time. The Wallabies rejoice. The All Blacks clueless, unimaginative on the full-time whistle, and they just could not break them down in the second half. And the Wallabies, thanks to a perfect right-hand side blitz attack right after half-time, have come away with an emphatic victory, a record-breaking victory, a Bledisloe Cup victory over the All Blacks. 3 tries to 2, that was where they won it, but the composure to keep it calm with those first half penalties ultimately kept them in the game, and then a second half shutout was an impressive display from the home team. Yes, it was 3 penalty goals from Christian Lealiafano in the first half, where they trailed by 5 points, 14 points to 9, and then the second half blitz. O'Connor, Hodge and Karevi all picking up 1 try apiece, and of course Lealiafano perfect off the tee, nailing all 3 conversions. The 2 All Black tries come from the first half, Richie Moanga and Rieko Ioane with 1 apiece, but it cannot compete with those extra penalty goals and the 3 tries to the Wallabies, all coming down that right-hand edge. Reece Hodge, James O'Connor, Samu Karevi, they were all involved with all 3 tries, bursting down that right-hand side, and that has been the undoing of the All Blacks. That little blitz, that little period where they were shut out and completely bamboozled, has got the Wallabies their Bledisloe Cup first test victory. Now we will go on to a second test, Eden Park. Much, much harder for the Wallabies, but the first hurdle is out of the way, and they've got a fantastic victory, complete upset against what many were expecting to be an All Blacks cakewalk. Australia survived, and they go on to Eden Park with a fighting chance. Well, the full-time stats saw the Wallabies completely turn it around from half-time. New Zealand were controlling the game. The All Blacks had all the possession. Territory was a fair old mix, but those line breaks, well, it was an All Black dominating line break stat at the half-time break. They had 7 at that point. The Wallabies were only sitting about 2 or 3. What a turnaround. They've matched that up, and they've actually come away with some finishing touches from those chances as well. The penalty goals, well, that, to me, was the decisive factor. The ability to slow the game down, to take points on offer and rely on themselves, to trust themselves that they would have the ability to put something away later on in the matchup is the most impressive thing about this performance by the Wallabies. The All Blacks, it's a flip side, isn't it? The all discipline, the poor control and poor composure when they were under pressure in their own half and in their own 22, and they've really got a lot of work to do heading into that next test match at Eden Park. The Wallabies win by 16 points and they will be full of confidence, and there's only one thing more dangerous than an unknown Australian team, and that is a confident Australian team. What a build-up to Rugby World Cup 2019 we are having. The Wallabies now look like much more of a fearsome side than they did about 100 minutes ago. 30 points to 14, they take Bledisloe. Test number 1 in the third Rugby Championship round fixture between these two sides. I'll be here next weekend, of course, for the decider. All Blacks at home, Wallabies looking for that first Bledisloe Cup series victory since 2002. Until then, thanks for tuning and watching. Hope you enjoyed today's matchup, and I'll see you all next time. But until that one, thanks for coming by and take care.